just visited Lancaster, Pennsylvania this past week, and I visited one of the biggest, let me wipe my screen, one of the biggest haunted houses in America. And it's located in Lancaster, PA, not in Texas. And how our mindset is different from other industries. And that's what we're going to get into today. Let's talk about that right now. My name is Ricardo. I'm the owner of junkguysdfw here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I also own two haunted houses, one in Dallas and one in the Fort Worth area. I want to talk to you about what I saw this past weekend in Lancaster, PA, and the convention that I went to was a reality check in how small the mindset is of a junk removal owner, where they're trying to make their first $10,000 or honestly save $10,000, like physically, emotionally have $10,000 in the bank to toss around, right? And the reality is in the haunted house business owners industry, it's not about the first $10,000. It's about the first $1 million. It's not about the first $100,000. That's our $50,000, the first $500,000. It's about the first $1 million that they make in industry. And it's a totally different ballgame. But it was sad to see of how far the industry is in haunted house and the industry is in junk removal. These guys are educated business owners that own haunted houses. I'm going to tell you why they're educated. They have to negotiate long-term leases. They have to negotiate over 100 employees. They have to negotiate huge warehouses, huge properties. They have to be owners and be prepared to run a huge operation where there's sounds and pyrotechnics and lighting and smoke, and these business owners just can't be your average Jose and Carlos. No, this can't be this. These guys have to have managers, and then general managers, product managers, merchandise managers, food managers, and then be the general CEO or owner of the business. And it came to reality this past weekend to me, of how we're in an industry where the mindset is so small in junk removal, and how easy it is to start a junk removal business, and the difficulty of running a haunted house business. And it came to check with me this past weekend when I saw that not only are junk removal owners smarter, more advanced, but they think bigger than junk removal owners. See, here's the one thing. You cannot be sitting on the couch as an owner, jump up out of the couch and say, hey, I'm going to go use my Ford F-150, hitch a trailer, and go start a haunted house. You can't do that. You cannot do that. It doesn't work like that. And in junk removal, you can go hitch your truck and your trailer and go start a junk removal business. And it doesn't really matter who you are. Because as long as you can pick up a chair or a desk or a bed or a mattress, you're qualified to win. That's sad. That is sad. In a haunted house business, the owners think different. In a haunted house ownership, there are so many moving parts that there has to be more of a just jump out of the couch kind of deal. You have to get a property. You have to negotiate that property. You have to interview people. You have to interview prices for these people. You have to have employees. The industry is totally different and the mindset is totally different. I'm going to guarantee you something right now, that the business owner that owns a a junk removal service is slim and none to own a haunted house business, except one, and that's me. I'm the only junk removal owner in the United States of America that owns a haunted house. Nobody else does it. And I found that out really fast this weekend. Really fast. I felt like sometimes I was the smartest man in the room amongst these owners just because of my background with junk removal. Isn't that crazy? As a junk removal owner, we think so small. Hey, let's make our first $10,000. Let's make our first $50,000. I mean, not 100,000. You notice I didn't say 100,000 because a lot of business owners, 90% of business owners, don't have $100,000 in the bank. They don't. They say they do, but they don't. Show me $100,000. They say they do, they don't. The fact is, in the haunted house business owners, they don't talk about money. They're not worried about making the first $100,000. They're worried about making their next $1 million. It's a totally different industry, and I learned that this weekend really hard way. I was talking to a gentleman this past weekend sitting right next to me on the bus, on the 2-hour bus ride to Lancaster, PA. From the convention to the Lancaster, PA. And he was wondering how his business was going to hit $6 million. From 5.1 to $6 million, and what he can do to educate himself and educate his employees for more revenue. And we're here worried about making the first $10,000 to $50,000. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Whoever commented back there. Junk removal is a stepping stone to your next business. Junk removal is a great way to make a good living. I'm not going to take away from that. But it is only a stepping stone to your next business if you want to get any higher, any better. Junk removal is like a landscape company. We just make a lot more than landscapers. It was such a reality check that I was disappointed with all of us. I was disappointed with the whole industry. I was just like, man, we can do much better. In junk removal, I can tell you there's a lot of dumb people in this business. A lot of dumb people. A lot of people that don't think right. A lot of people that aren't educated in this business. And in haunted house, everybody's smart. There's not that many dumb people. I didn't see any. I'm pretty sure that if you go to a lawyer's convention, every lawyer is more educated than every haunted house owner. I'm pretty sure that happens. But just to think about it and see it in reality, that was what opened my eyes. I talked to a fella. By the way, when I went down there in Philadelphia, I did talk to a gentleman that wants to start Junk Guys Philly. Ultimately, I don't think this is for him. I honestly, if he's watching this video, and I told him, I don't think this is a good fit for him. I don't think he has the drive to do the things that I need him to do. So 100% I will not be open in Philadelphia, brother. Indio, I will not. But we did sit down and we talked for a little while. For about 2 hours we talked and told him, you know, it's just the ups and downs of the business and how I'm thinking of running it, you know, and what is needed. But ultimately, no, it's not going to work out. Ultimately. Anyway, I'm almost to my first job, guys. I'm going to talk about this tonight, Indio. Alex, I'll be talking about how the reality of the business is in junk removal to haunted house owners, okay? I will talk to y'all later. Have a great day, guys. This is going to be a good video tonight. Bye-bye.